What is going on, everybody? This is Charlie here. I'm joined by the beautiful, the most gorgeous, the sexiest Lena Lee or Dust. How's it going?
Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Welcome
hello,
back.
hello. So this is what episode 4. We're pumping these things out left and right, with our 2 viewers. Hello, everyone. That one viewer is me, the other viewer is not you because you don't like watching it over again. So yes, overviews episode 4. Everything you guys need to know about the Overwatch League. All right. So let's get out of let's talk about the big thing that's recently come up. So last week we talked about Overwatch's quote unquote big update, and we thought like, hey, this might be like a ping system. Fuck it, a mini map, something. And that big update is actually cross-platform playing. So so computers able to play with consoles. Um, Obviously you as a like, what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, it's great, but we were expecting something else.
Yeah. So
I'm
this is
I don't
obvious this is obviously really good for the player base to be up again.
know.
We both would agree that Overwatch right now is almost at an all-time low, I think, when it comes to people playing. Not as popular as it once was like 2, 3 years ago. Um but because obviously there's more people playing games on consoles than they are on PC, because it's cheaper to own a console than a PC. Um, like obviously, this just helps it out. Um, there's also some changes where like obviously this would be a problem competitive, but they stated in the update that there will be like certain restrictions with competitive. So if you're a PC player and you play only, please, like you have a party that's only PC or you're playing by yourself, you will only get matched up with people that are PC. If you're a console player, vice versa, same thing. If you're a console player, you play by yourself or with other console players, you'll be only matched up with people playing console. Um, but the thing is, if you are in a party with,
Mixed party.
with like a mixed party group, then you will be playing against another mixed party group. I think that's how it went, something like that. So
Or I
obviously,
guess you can't choose between PC and console. Like you'll just get whatever lobby you get.
yeah, something like that, like whatever lobby. Um, I know that we also know that the consoles can turn off cross-platforming because obviously they probably don't want to get destroyed by PC players, which is understandable. That game is a bit. I don't know why you'd ever play it on console. But to each their own, right? Yeah. So I think it has. This is something that should have been implemented a long time ago, but the times are changing now, right? With like cross platforming, you see Call of Duty doing it, which makes it like it just makes it so much more people playing. I guess you could say. There's also the worry of PC players destroying console players, and to be honest, that's not really the case. If you're a good controller user, you're a good controller user, right? So yeah, that's the big update. Don't
I think
know. Yeah,
cons console players get aim assist, right?
I think that's what I heard as well. That console players get aim assist of some sort. Um, yeah, aim assist of some sort. But yeah, cool. Cross platforming, big update.
Mhm.
All right, so let's talk a little bit of this weekend. So tomorrow, June Joust starts, and we have the teams that are going to be in. Oops, the teams that are going to be in the June Joust. Let me quickly pull it out. You want to say what teams are in the June Joust for us here?
Yeah. Western region, Los Angeles Gladiators, San Francisco Shock, Atlanta Reign, Houston Outlaws, Dallas Fuel, Boston Uprising. But then they did the elimination thing so
So
that
there's the knockout Sunday.
yep. And then from East Region, Hangzhou Spark, Shanghai Dragons, Seoul Dynasty. Wait, am I reading the wrong thing?
Yes, you're reading the knockout
Okay,
Sunday
I'm
one.
reading the wrong thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's okay. So knockout Sunday were like Gladiator, Shock, Lorraine, Outlaws, Fuel, Uprising, and then Spark, Dragon, Soul Dynasty, and Excelsior. Don't worry, we'll just finish it all. So obviously we talk like we'll talk about these games later, but we'll talk about the people that advanced. There's NYXL advanced, Atlanta Reign, Dallas Fuel, and Shanghai. So those are the 4 teams that are going to be in. I think they're playing in Hawaii again. In the same university in like Maui something. Sorry, I don't know. But yeah, awesome. Um, let's oh, and the new skin that came out for that event was the what's that
Widowmaker
Widowmaker
skin.
skin. Um, what are your thoughts about that?
I don't know. I was expecting, like how May Millie, it was MMA,
Mm-hmm.
when with MMM,
Some sort of
May.
like pun in a way.
So, so I suggested June Joust, Jesse McCree,
Mm-hmm.
but then
Obviously that,
Widowmaker,
yeah, we got
okay.
Widowmaker. Very like the skin overall, it's pretty sick. I think this is better than the May Melee one.
I mean, yeah, skin's really nice.
The skin's
Uh,
nice.
Not
Ange de la
sure,
Mort, Angel of Death.
not
That's what.
sure why they chose Widowmaker though,
Yeah,
but skin looks nice.
yeah. I thought they were gonna go for some sort of like name theme, like
Yeah, that would have been
MMA. That would have
cool,
been cool,
right?
something like that.
And then
Um,
Summer Showdowns as well, so I
yeah.
don't know.
So it's one of those. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I thought we were getting something else, but I'm okay with this. That sort of deal.
Yes, yes, skin's cool at
The
the
skin's
end,
nice.
so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 200 credits if
Yeah.
you've been watching Overwatch League
Mm-hmm.
and
So yeah,
collecting.
everyone just keep June Joust coming up. Log in those hours. Log in those minutes. You hopefully you guys have been doing it for a while. I have. I think all like everything you could get for free. You just watch the games, right? Yeah, Dust over Helena has like a lot of skins already because she's left it on and stuff like that. I mean, obviously we watch it. Come on, guys, we watch it and everything, but that's what we're here to talk about.
No,
Overwatch
I left
League.
it on. What do you mean? I actually watched it,
Oh.
so I have notes in front of me. Okay.
Okay, okay. And then let's continue on with the next thing here. We got some roster mania stuff. So, it's another short week, guys. I know. I'm sorry. The near the end of the year, we're gonna get a lot more, like roster shuffles and stuff like that. It's one of those games. These are like one of those type of games where like you can't, especially right now. They're in a tournament. We talked about that before. They're right now in between they're in between tournaments and stuff like that. So dropping a player is not the greatest idea. Um, so we'll just talk about what has happened right now. Guangzhou Charge has actually made some coach changes. So out goes the Korean Neko, and in comes the Chinese Extra. So we saw Guangzhou Charge during the homestand, and let's just say they did not play well. They 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 struggled, I think, in my opinion. Um, at the beginning or during the yeah, like at the very beginning of the June Joust whole tournament stage thing, Guangzhou looked like to be kind of one of my favorites to go on, but once the homestand came, they got absolutely demolished. Yeah, so I think it's just a coaching change that they need to get done. They wanted to bring in someone who hopefully knows what they're doing. Extra, he was a coach for the Up Academy, which is Guangzhou Chargers' third string team. So they have the Guangzhou Academy or the GZ Academy, and then the Up Academy. So hey, hopefully he does well. Obviously, that's gonna be a big jump from what? Not even contenders, like tier 3. I would assume Up Academy's tier 3 team, because tier 1 would be like the Overwatch League teams, tier 2 would be contenders, and tier 3 would be like down there. Um, who knows? Hopefully he does. Hopefully Guangzhou Charge could turn around with that, but um, just maybe they're just not a LAN. Maybe they're online noobs. You know, they can only win online. They can't win in LAN, but who knows, right? Second thing here, I'm just gonna continue on here really quickly. Um, so the Shanghai Dragons have found a replacement for DM who retired last week. Develop joins the team. So Develop is a Korean hit scan DPS player. He played last played for the Talent Esports, which is also a pretty big team. Um, has also played for Ozo Gaming and Geekstar and GGTC. 20. He's 18. He's like fresh out, so hopefully, hopefully he gets some playing time. Um, to be honest, I don't see him getting some playing time because Who Are You has been playing more than DM, who all of a sudden retired. Um, so hope he gets some playing time. If not, then hope he does well. Hope the team does well. I don't know, because it seems weird to being in so many DPS players when they just stick to like Flood and Lip. So that's pretty much it. We're gonna move on here. And let's just go right into it. This is gonna be this is shorter than last week's, to be honest. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about last week's games. So we're gonna start off in NA here, my love. I know, pretty slow, pretty boring. I know. So the first game, Uprising versus Eternal. This is Eternal's first game, with Vistola and having Elevote, leaving. And I put 3-1 into Boston, but this game was a close game. But you could, if you watched Vestola, you could see that mechanically he's better as a Sigma player than he is compared to a Diva player. Right now the meta's Diva, but Vestola looked like he held on to his own, so it worked out. Dallas Fuel versus Florida Mayhem. I said 3-2. It went down to the wire. This game went down to the wire. Every single map, almost every single map was like down to the wire in my opinion. Everyone played well. What Dallas was good. Like they won, so that's that. Sorry, excuse me. Next day we had Uprising versus Gladiators, and I think Gladiators. It's a 3-1 for the Gladiators. So Gladiators are playing very, very, very well this June, like this tournament. I don't know what it's called. Tournament? What are these called? June Joust, they've been playing very well. Next game we have San Francisco Shock versus Vancouver Titans. I put 1 point to the Titans because, you know, why the fuck not? Surprise, surprise, Titans going 3-0. Someone on the panelist desk said the city of Vancouver and all their sports, right now it's their rebuilding mode, which is a funny term in Vancouver because Vancouver Canucks for hockey, they're always looking to rebuild. They're looking to tear it down. They're looking to be really bad for a couple seasons, then get really good. And again, this year Vancouver has done poorly again. Last year they did really well, making to the second round of the playoffs. But this year they just something happened and they just they demolished themselves. So that's what one of the casters said, that right now Vancouver Titans are in a rebuild mode. But the funny thing is, this is esports. There's no drafting in or anything. So he's obviously taking a poke and making fun of how Vancouver is always losing all the time. So I mean, it's true. So we're gonna move on from there. We have Florida versus Washington Justice, and Washington Justice played Decay. Surprise, surprise! Decay is back in the lineup, and Decay did some work. Straight 3-0 for Justice. Florida looked. They had no clue what they were doing. They went from last time they played was the day before against Fuel, where they played very, very well against the Fuel, to a game where they looked completely lost and they were just outmanned. Very surprising. The next day we have Paris versus Gladiators. I said 3-1 Paris because I felt like Vistola was probably going to play a little bit better. But Gladiators just on a roll again, 3-1. And then they move. They double points. Did not get any of that double points. Next game, there was Fuel versus Vancouver. Again, 3-0 against Vancouver. Sag. And finally, we have Shock versus Justice, the final game for the West. I said that Justice was going to win 3-2, but surprisingly, it's actually Shock that won 3-2. This game was another close game. So this week has been like a bunch of good games. Unfortunately, there had been three O's, and that includes two of them being Vancouver. Um, yeah, it's not the games that were close. They were fun to watch. All right, and let's move on to the East region real quick. Let's talk. Let's talk here, baby. Let's talk.
Okay, so the first game, Guangzhou Charge versus Philadelphia Fusion. Very one-sided. Fusion 3-0 them. Kyo actually played for Fusion, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming for him visa worked out. That's great. Yeah.
Oh, this
Uh,
is the homestand first LAN.
oh yeah, homestand. I thought it was only going to be like players, but then
They
there
had
were a lot of
spectators. Yeah,
crowds.
there was
And
actually
then
quite a bit
yeah,
of spectators in there.
and then we could hear them like cheer and
Mm-hmm.
everything, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's been a while.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like pretty one-sided. One of the maps, EQO was playing May, but his Blizzard got eaten twice.
Oh
That was kind of fun.
no.
That was kind of funny. And then yeah, they Charge has some like good echo plays, but I guess that wasn't enough. Easy
Mm-hmm.
3-0 for Philly. Moving on, Hunters versus Soul Dynasty. Um, this this was like really close. I mean, at first Soul was like kind of dominating.
Mm-hmm.
2-0, great start. I was really happy, but then they made some like Hunters made some like roster changes and then they brought it back. So it was like 2-2 and I was sweating.
And the
But
last
at
point
the
was
end,
control, right?
mhm.
Last post control.
And that was like that was down to, 1-1 and then final map decided everything. So
Mm-hmm.
super super close. And then yeah, people were like a little worried that Gesture's been playing Roadhog a lot, but you know.
It's just the Asian meta.
Mhm. And then during the Temple of Anubis, oh, that one was really close. And then while hunters were like attacking, it went to overtime, and that overtime went on forever. And so echoes from each team used their ultis, so two diva bombs, and then the actual diva used the diva bomb. So there was like three diva bombs during overtime. It was crazy, and then Hunter's Genji got a blade, but then he got slept.
Oh.
So that
And.
could have been disaster for Soul,
Mm-hmm.
but insane sleep dart from Creative, I think.
I think so.
Yes, I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Okay. Moving on. Valiant versus Spark.
This
That
is
was
simple.
super one-sided, which was, expected.
Mm-hmm.
I think this set the record for the fastest game, like the whole thing. It only took 42 minutes.
To
And
finish the
then
whole
the
series.
other, yep.
Oh my
And then,
lord.
the week before that, Valiant played against NIXL, and that was the fastest game ever. But then I think this game
Broke the
beat,
record.
yeah, something
Damn,
like that.
Valiant.
I know, yeah,
Okay,
sad
well,
for Valiant,
nothing to
but.
say about that. Okay, moving on. Next day.
Hey, Valiant versus Philly. Everyone thought that Fusion was gonna get easy 3-0, and they had to get 3-0 to advance to June Joust. But guess what? Valiant took one map.
No.
Oh,
No.
all Philly had to do was, get three or
3-0.
win
They just need a
no,
3-0.
just like everybody else, but they
Mm-hmm.
had to give Valiant one map, which is really sad because of that they couldn't advance to June
And I
Joust.
think Excelsior took their spot because of that.
Yes, because of that. Yep.
Okay.
That was that was kind of sad for
Mm-hmm.
Fusion because Valiant was already out, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But congratulations for first map win ever,
Mm-hmm.
Valiant. And it was like full held by Valiant. It was
mm.
Numbani and they full held Fusion.
So this actually now sets Vancouver last in the entire league because Valiant got a map,
One map,
one map,
yes.
and Vancouver, I think this year has not gotten a single map yet.
Very sad.
Very sad for Vancouver. Congratulations, Valiant. You're not suck anymore.
Yay, one map. Okay, next one. Seoul versus Charge. So all Seoul had to do was win. No matter what the score is, just win to advance to June Joust, and that's exactly what they did, and it was, I guess, easy 3-0. And then Charge, couldn't advance even if they won. So, but then there's still what is it, the final playoff,
mm-hmm.
and they have to win like as much map as possible so that when playoff comes, they have like good map difference. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, yeah. So that was like really one-sided. And then after this match, Spark was always seed 1 for the June Joust, and then Dragons advanced, Soul advanced, so that was it. And then last match, Chengdu Hunters versus Spark. Hunters had to 3-0 to advance. So which they didn't. It was like I think Spark won the first map, so it was already over.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
because of Oh no, it's actually because of this NYXL advances.
Oh, okay.
And then Spark, they were like so high up, it doesn't really matter. They already advanced. So yeah. Let's see. I think that's about it.
Okay.
Hunters were, struggling a little bit, but
So
easy win.
first homestand, first LAN of the like all Activision games so far, and yeah, it's nice to see people back in on computers and everything. Hopefully, the Korean and the Chinese borders can open up so they can all include each other. Um, Hopefully, everyone getting out there getting their vaccine shots. Obviously, wear a mask when you go out. Follow the guidelines, everyone. The sooner we do this, the faster we'll go back to normal. So, homestand, it was fun to watch. I watched a little bit of it. Cosplayers and everything were cool. Yeah. Then we
Oh, I
talk.
forgot one thing. Can I
Yeah,
add
go
one
ahead.
more?
Yeah, of course, of course.
So after that, NYXL and Fusion, they had same math differential, but the reason why NYXL advanced was last time NYXL played against Fusion, NYXL won.
Yes.
So that's
So
the reason, which was kind of lame
they
because,
they should have like
I don't know.
added it on at the bottom, like what's it called, tiebreaker or something.
Yeah, they could have done that. It would have
They
been
could
cool.
have done that. They should have done that. Maybe they have that venue like booked for a certain time. Pretty lame. I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah.
Um,
Maybe they had like restrictions or something.
yeah. So that's it for the homestand. Congratulations again to all the teams that advanced, and then we're gonna talk about. So these are my pick'ems for the Sunday Joust. I actually had Gladiators and Atlanta picked. Atlanta makes it, but instead of Gladiators. We'll talk about the games later. Gladiators won't make it. We should talk about the games now. Um,
Regional knockouts.
yeah, the regional knockouts. Oh, develop, get out of here. So on the west side, that it was the first. It was okay. So Gladiators had first seed, and San Francisco had the second seed. Dallas had to play against Houston. So this is the Battle of Texas here. Um, Dallas kind of dismantled. It looked like the first map looked like it was a kind of like a dismantle by Dallas, but everything else was pretty close. Obviously Dallas wins 3-0 and moves on to go against Gladiators. And here I thought like because Gladiators were on such a roll, another close like each map was close. Um, Dallas beat LAG 3-1, so Dallas qualified. On the other side of the bracket, we had Boston Uprising versus Atlanta. And Atlanta 3-0'd Boston and went against Shock, and they 3-0'd Shock as well. So Atlanta, I have Atlanta making it, like, we'll talk about the predictions later, but maybe Atlanta could actually pull it off. On the east side here we have NYXL versus Hangzhou Spark, and NYXL 3-1 them. Did you watch
Upset.
any? Did you
I
watch any of
did,
these
I
games?
did.
Okay, yeah, you want to
Yep,
talk about any
I
of these
watched
games?
most of them. It was huge upset because before this, Spark game record 4-0, very dominant, but then it was pretty one-sided. NIXL was like I don't know what happened to them because the way they got into the June Joust was kind of by luck because they were like depending on other teams to
Mm-hmm.
win, and then their luck was on their side. Um, yeah, and then the last map, Dorado full held, Excelsior full held Spark, and yeah, this was a huge upset. I think this was still during the homestand, so Spark
Homestand.
fans
Okay,
were
okay.
sad. Yeah,
And then the
and
final game.
Soul Dynasty versus Dragons. I cried a little bit. It's
Oh,
okay.
that's okay.
But then, Dragons really good team. If I were being objective, probably Dragons. I'll probably go for Dragons.
Oh.
But
But
but yeah, it was
surprising that it's a 3-0, not even like
it was
a.
it was easy 3-0. It was
Oh,
very sad.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
And yes,
I
so
don't know.
dragons
So
qualify. So I don't know. This seems like it's for these type of like games and everything, like video games and esports brackets and everything. It's so hard to like predict. I guess all sports are really hard to predict, but these
oh,
are.
and then
Yeah, go ahead.
Lucio got 10 boops.
Oh yes,
It's from this game.
was
That was
that
insane.
was that in the Seoul Dynasty game? Oh, it was in
Yep.
the Seoul
Yep.
Dynasty game. So Lee
Mhm.
Jae Gong goes and gets
Lijiang Tower.
on Lee Jeng Tower. He gets 10 boops. Like
Uh-huh.
he
I mean, they
knocks.
played two maps. So first map, I think he knocked like 3+ people,
Mhm.
and then Soul did nothing to counter that, and he was, still doing it.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
that
Urita
was
helped a little bit too with the halt and boop
yeah, that was a
combo,
really sick
but
combo with the Arisa and the
mm,
Lucio boop. So Arisa would shoot the halt and then suck as many people as possible in, and then Lucio would come up and just boop them off the side.
yeah.
10 environmental because that's
But Soul did nothing to counter that.
yeah, they had no hit scan or anything to counter that. Did they? I don't
Oh
think
yeah, and then
so.
Prophet was playing May, and he was like, I don't know, he didn't switch off or anything, so I'm guessing, there's no tracer for Prophet to play and
Hmm. But
go, so
Prophet could play Ash. Prophet could play McCree.
he played Echo a little bit, I think, later
I see.
the
Maybe it's
other
just
map,
that
but
they
he,
just didn't um
I don't know.
maybe the meta didn't not work out for them. Um but yeah, oh my god, 10 environmental kills. That has to be like a record on a map, right?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that was really fun to watch, but I
Mhm.
cried a little bit for
Mhm.
Soul.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. All right, so let's quickly go through the predictions here. NYXL versus Atlanta Rain. This is NA versus Asia, APAC.
Mm.
So
We
this
have
is
no idea.
so
Yeah.
we have no idea how these guys are gonna play against. Especially with Atlanta Rain, because oh, and NYXL, they weren't in the May Melee. So
Mm.
they're both last tournament were team or they're both teams that were bubble teams, like close to the bottom but not in the bottom. They're in the middle. So I'm gonna say that Atlanta Rain goes 3-0 against Excelsior. Is that hot take or is that something reasonable?
I think that's reasonable.
Reasonable? Okay, because I don't know.
Yeah, I
Atlanta,
would say Atlanta wins, but maybe not 3-0, but I was
I'm gonna stick it with my I'm gonna stick it with my gut here. I think Atlanta goes 3-0 against Excelsior. Atlanta's just so hot right now. I don't know. Like they 3-0 Shock. If you get 3-0 Shock, you get 3-0 any of these guys here. Um, and I think the next game is between Dallas and Shanghai, and that has to be one of the more like
that's gonna be
ooh
close.
man, like ooh, like this is the finals of the May Melee. Does Dallas come?
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does Dallas win, or do Shanghai win here? What are your picks here? For this is only the upper bracket, so
Oh, this one's hard.
this one's I can't even decide. I want to say that this one Shanghai wins.
I think Dragon
I
wins
think
too.
Shanghai wins, and I think
Yeah.
it's 3. See, this is where it gets so much harder. I
I
think
don't know.
it's 3-2. You think it's a close game?
Yeah.
I
I hope it's a close game. I feel like
That's
this
true.
game.
I think yeah, maybe I can go with that. I think it's a 3-2. I think it's a 3-2. Shanghai takes it, and then we move on to Atlanta Rain versus Shanghai. I think Shanghai takes this. I think Shanghai takes this 3-1.
Yeah, I can see
Shanghai,
that.
I don't know. Shanghai is kind of they're kind of a
They're on
monster right now.
fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really good this year. So,
I mean, they
this
were also good during May Melee. They just
hmm
didn't win
this would be
in
the
the end.
equivalent of phase Atlanta phase in CDL. Yeah, this would be the equivalent right now to this year, the Atlanta phase. They're too good. But then they got 3-0 by Spark. So I don't know. But teams have upsets, right? Okay, so we have the bottom bracket, elimination. I think Dallas wins this 3-1.
I think so, yeah.
And I think Atlanta Rain beats Dallas here. I think they beat them 3-1. Hot take? Do you disagree or agree?
I mean, I can see like either way. So
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm
One
okay
of
with
the
it.
other is going to be a 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we go to the finals. Atlanta Rain versus Dragons. I'm gonna have to like my mind is telling me Dragons, but my heart, my body, is telling me Rain. So I'm gonna go 3-2. First to 4, 3-4-2. Fuck it, whatever. 4-2 for Rain. This is gonna be one of the biggest like upsets in. Would that be considered upset? Yes, I think so. Atlanta Rain's a bubble team for sure.
And I don't think they won any like major
I've never
trophies
seen them get
yet.
past I've
So
never seen
I'm
them get into
like,
playoffs.
yeah, I'm low key rooting for Atlanta Reign.
hmm
They're the underdog, but you know.
And we're submitting these right now. All right. So that's my bracket, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's hey short podcast today. It's whatever, right? Um, hopefully you guys all get to watch the June Joust. It will. I'm sure it's gonna be a fun time. You'll be awake by then, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, I think let's just wrap it up today. We have a lot more things to do later, but let's just wrap it up today. My name is Charlie. I want to thank all of you guys. We want to thank all of you guys for staying tuned, for keeping on staying tuned, if you know what I mean, and just watching our videos here. My name is Charlie. This is the beautiful Lena Dust Lee. We will see you guys in the next episode. We talk to you guys next week.
Bye everyone. See you next week.